I told you don't touch that darn thing.
Alrighty, so here we are with a time-lapse video of me making these bombs. This is a pirate bomb that basically is going to replace the normal pumpkin bombs like you would see in Halloween mode. It's based on, the Acme like cartoon bombs, like, Roadrunner basically, or the Coyote guy or whatever. They're really simple. It's basically just a sphere with a wick on it. So there's really not a lot to say. So I just basically made a sphere, added a little cylinder on top, and then used a Bezier curve to make this little wick guy here. And then you can, like, if you're using like a curve, you can set all kinds of like parameters to see how like high detail it is and all that. But I'm spending a lot of time on this curve, I guess. I decided to add a subdivision surface modifier to kind of smooth out the edges on this, and I had so many extra triangles I could use, so I was like, why not? Here's a UV unwrap. Spheres, there's like a sphere projection, but for this I just wanted to unwrap it like you would a cylinder. So that's basically what I'm trying to do here. So I unwrap most of it as a cylinder, and then I unwrap the top and bottom parts like separately. And this is nice because I can like project decals on this pretty easily. But unfortunately it does create that little bit of distortion that you saw there, which you can Substance will adjust for it, so it's not bad, but I wish there was an easier way to do this. I think I probably redid this a few times to try to like reduce the distortion as much as possible. And then I try to keep my UV islands pretty organized here too. So this is a pretty simple unwrap, but hopefully this is one of the one of the better ones. Oh yeah, and I was trying to hide that seam too, because that seams can be kind of noticeable, so you want to try to hide them if you can. But yeah, you can see with that grid texture on there, there's like distortion around the top and bottom parts. So definitely the place I don't want distortions where the decals go, so it's kind of like the middle, I guess. And then I just unwrap that as just a flat thing, and that's basically a cylinder projection again. And same with that guy. That's really about all there is to it. This is a pretty simple, all things considered, pretty simple UV unwrap. And I'm using UV Packmaster, which is a great, awesome Blender plugin. I highly recommend it. It'll basically try to get you the most density you can out of your UV map. So it's like really handy to use. So that's the UVs. So it's just trying to pack them so they're get as much textile density as I can. And so we bring it into Substance Painter. We bake all the maps, and then we start adding some color. So again, this is a pretty simple prop, so there's not a whole lot going on here, but I do try to add some nice texture to it, I guess, because TF2 kind of has that brushiness to most of its textures. So I try to add like a lot of imperfections, a lot of color variation, that kind of stuff. This one I think I just started with a Cells 2, and trying to like make it kind of distorted so it looks brushy, but I think I end up throwing this away later. But it's one of those, like, you got to try various things before you find what you like. So then I shrunk it down, I guess, and I guess it gives that kind of more subtly, when you turn it up you can really see the effect, but it gives it this kind of subtle like color variation all over it. And then you can see I applied the AO on top, which really there's not much going on there either. And then I think I start messing with the normal because I want to give it some kind of like, you know, I guess I don't know how pirates would have made bombs, but I feel like they wouldn't be able to produce perfect spheres. So I try to add some imperfections on the normal map, so it kind of looks dented a little bit, or maybe not like, you know, maybe not perfect, if you will. But I definitely don't want to overdo it because, you know, it is ultimately a sphere. And then I import this skull, basically, skull little decal, and using it as an alpha. I guess I made my UVs upside down. Oops. And then yeah, I just throw it on there. And so now you can see why I wanted to UV unwrap it the way that I did, so that you can just slap the decal right on there. And then the wick, I think I was looking for a rope texture, but I think I just end up making my own here with like stripes or something, like a repeating gradient. Ropes are, ropes are not really that difficult, other than like the way that substance projects ropes, or like things that could be like a repeating rope texture, is kind of weird. So I am trying to find a better way to do this, but it, you know, if you're not looking like really close to it, you definitely can't notice. Like, it looks like a rope for all intents and purposes. And so yeah, I'm just working on the mask here for this thing and playing with the projection settings to make it, you know, look like it's a little twisted wick. And so there we go. Now it's starting to look like a rope, I think. Yeah, and then I mess with the rotation a little bit, and yeah, I think the issue is the way I UV unwrapped the wick kind of sucks. So I have all these awkward seams in it, so it's not that's not great either. But again, it's like, you know, it looks mostly like a rope, so, you know, from a distance you won't be able to tell, I guess. But I could do better with this, I guess. And then I think. Yeah, I think this is the part where I start trying to make it look like the fuse is burning a little bit. So I add this yellow with some char, or I guess it's kind of an orange. I am colorblind, so what do I know? But I had kind of like a char under it, and then it's like kind of got this, you know, yellowy orange at the top. And I was actually really happy with how this one turned out, this wick here. So I try to just start adding a lot of, you know, like little color things. Yeah, so this brush, I forget what the name of this one, but it's like I add these like dots almost, and I think that looks really good. That definitely looks like like how you would see like a, you know, the lit part of a cigarette or something. So I feel like it looks really good, though no one's gonna see it up that close anyway, and plus I put particle effects on it, so definitely no one's gonna see it. So and then here I'm just gonna start, I think I just start painting some like little brushy strokes on it, and I was just messing with my brush settings, I guess. And you know, a lot of the models in the game just have these kind of very square brushy strokes all over them, so that's kind of what I'm trying to do. But I don't think I liked messing with the decal, so I was gonna like maybe try messing it up a little, or adding a little like dirt to it almost, I guess, with something else. So maybe a very light grunge or something. You know, make it look a little bit less you know, uniform and perfect, because, you know, this is a pirate bomb after all. And I guess this is me messing with the normal map a little bit to kind of maybe make it look different, but I think I end up not using that because that looks kind of weird. Yep, and so yeah, we had the second, or we had the, I guess I'm re-adding the decals here, so I can copy them. And yeah, so then it's on like both sides, so no matter where you're looking at the bomb, you can see one of the decals. And so I think this is starting to look pretty good. trying to play with some color here. So yeah, one issue that I realized when I was making this is that like this thing is really dark because it's like black. So it's like I probably want to like, and I do this a little bit later, but I want to lighten it up some more so it's not so dark. So I played with a couple different colors, and ultimately I just kind of went with like a medium gray, I guess. But it's so the issue is like if it's on a night map and it's like a black bomb, it's like people are really not going to see it, so you need to make it stand out a little more. So I did that with a combination of brightening up the colors a bit and then adding some like specular or some what do you call it, Fresnel, and some Fong shading on it, so it'll kind of have like edge highlights. That they're not natural edge highlights, but it'll definitely help, kind of like how the TF2 models, the like player models have, they kind of stand out on a background. And then I also set some self-illumination on it, so hopefully that helps it stand out. And then with the particle effect, it should help as well. And yeah, I definitely try playing with the colors a lot. I think I tried copying the pumpkin bomb colors just to see what that looked like, but I think, yeah, this is more like I feel like it doesn't have to be completely black. Like a nice gray like works fine. Like I don't think anyone would really question it that much. And yeah, I think parts of my UV unwrap could be a little bit better though, because you can see there's kind of some seams going on. And then here I'm just doing some little edge highlights on the little bomb part here to kind of, I don't know, emphasize that a little more, make it look a little more stylized, I guess. And then I just start adding some brushy strokes here, and so I'm trying to build up some make it look like it's kind of hand painted a little bit. I really don't I don't know why a lot of models have this, but it definitely makes it feel like it's from TF2. So I guess it's as if like the painter just left his paintbrush there too long or something. So you just add, scatter those about a little bit, and then I add this. A lot of models have this where they have like a gradient that goes from the bottom to the top, and definitely helps it feel more like it draws your eye upwards, I guess. And then I multiply that with one of my substance utils. So that, I think this is from a war paint. So like Valve had a bunch of these little base war paint textures they used to add like wear to stuff. So I'm just using that with a gradient and multiplying it on top, and that gives it this kind of like really dirty bottom look, I guess. So pretty pleased with this. I think this is looking pretty good. And I start messing with the normal map again to just see what I like, but I think I ultimately just go with this inverted cells noise. I think that kind of looks the best. But again, you got to be careful not to like overdo it, because obviously like when they're really small it can be too much, I guess. Yeah, so this is basically it. And I think I use another brushy noise on here and just add a little bit more variation to it. But ultimately, I don't know, I mean, it is mostly just a kind of, I don't know, light gray or medium gray bomb, so there's really not much else needed, I guess. And that's it. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.